What's going on, guys? Behind me we have a 2007 Subaru Impreza WRX STI. This is a USDM spec that is very special actually. This is a very unique car. It has been cloned to represent the Japanese version of the STI in 2006, which was the S204. These were a 1 of 600 limited edition cars through Japan, 1 year only, and this car has a bunch of genuine parts from number 160 out of 600 on it. Like I was saying, this is a USDM car that was converted, so it's still left-hand drive, and it is the original motor, matching numbers in it with the driveline as well. But to sweeten the deal, this is a 2-owner car with just 37,000 miles on it. That is a rare sight to see, especially on a Subaru, guys. These were always bought and heavily modified and rallied and beat on, so it's hard to find them in this condition. This really is a gem. Also, guys, for the full photo shoots and write-up descriptions, you can visit volocars.com. There you can study all the specs on every single vehicle. You can see our high detailed photo shoots. We have a killer inventory. We have a couple hundred both modern muscle and classic cars. They're all for sale. You can check them out at volocars.com. Now, I've always been fascinated with the Japanese culture and their vehicles. I personally am a big fan of Subarus. I have owned quite a few of them myself personally. There's something about the all-wheel drive, that Subi rumble with the turbo being a stick shift. It just makes this car a lot of fun. So this one is a USDM spec, like I was saying. This is a 2007. 37,000 original miles on it, guys. We found this locally. This was owned by a gentleman just a little bit north of us, and it's been tucked away. He spent the last 10 years, guys, adding these genuine S204 parts from all over the world. He had to source these from Japan, Thailand, Russia, to name a few countries that he ordered parts from and brought them in. So everything has been imported. Again, most of the parts on here are from car number 160 out of 600, so I'm not quite sure what happened to that car, but it's been revived into this vehicle. So the paint is World Rally Blue. This is one of the best colors Subaru has to offer. This car has been fully detailed from head to toe, guys. Even underneath, it is spotless. It's been ceramic coated as well, so this thing is slick. You know, walking around it, it really is showroom quality. There's a couple stone chips here and there on the hood and, you know, the front bumper as well as what's common. The car does have 37,000 driven miles on it, so it's not perfect, but it is as close to it as it gets. Part of the S204s they have are the specific limited STI headlights. These are auto adjusting and leveling as well. You have the S204 grill badging, as well as the genuine carbon fiber lip. The lip does have, again, there's some stone chips on it. It could honestly use a refinish, but this was imported exclusively. And these parts are so rare that they are next to impossible to find. Part of the S204s were the silver capped mirrors. These are also power folding, which he has successfully installed on the driver's side window switch area there, so you can power fold them. That you just don't find on these cars. We have carbon fiber overlays. You have the very rare JDM STI rain guards as well that were options. So pay attention to the detail on this car. It is not missing a thing. The carbon fiber rear roof vane as well. This is a rare option. You can't just go and find these online every day. The side caps have been paint matched to the World Rally Blue. Exclusive to the S204s as well is this rear spoiler. So the STIs usually have the big spoiler on them in the rear. This was a little bit more lower profile, but man, it just looks so good on this car. The rear taillights as well, they've been lightly smoked, so they're not crystal clear. They got a light smoke to them, which is a really nice touch, I thought. As well as the S204 genuine badging on the trunk lid there. Now, between the difference from 04 to 07, the 04s did not have these rear flares as a factory option. So 05, they started them. So that's correct to this car. The side skirts as well, they're in really nice shape. They have the genuine JDM extensions on them. Even the fenders, guys, these are JDM fenders that he imported and had painted correctly to the World Rally Blue to make it as most correct to the factory JDM spec as possible. That's because of the side marker lights. The USDMs do not have these on either side, so that's exclusive to this car. As you can tell, there's no wheel gap here. That's because the car is sitting on air ride suspension, so it's on the airlift management system, so it'll raise and lower with a built-in management system right in the center console there. We'll get into that in a little bit. The Volk raise, these are forged wheels. They're genuine. These are 19 by 8.5s, I believe, or 8s, and they're wrapped in a like new General Max all-season tire. They have great tread. I believe those were replaced last year, so we have receipts for that even as well. The rear valance area, so it's got a rear diffuser that's built into the bumper. You don't see these. It looks really nice, just a little nice touch to this car, as well as the carbon fiber rear license plate bracket. And this even has a factory backup camera that he added from Japan, so that was imported as well. He even went as far as to get the correct axle back titanium S204 exhaust on here. So it does have a different exhaust from the downpipe to the back, but the axle back is correct to this car as well. I love the gold Brembo brakes. They poke right through. It just adds that little pop to this car. It's just, you know, attention to detail, guys. It's there. This car is not lacking a thing. He even found S204 front calipers, or rotors I should say, for this car, and you can tell because they have the holes in the sides of the rotors there that cool the inners of them as well. So these cars, they were really well thought out by the JDM, or by Subaru I should say. Let's take a look inside because there's a whole lot more to get into. So we're going to take a look at the interior now. This is finished in the S204 exclusive interior, guys. This is just mind-blowing to me because you will not find this on another car in the US. Typically the STIs are finished in the blue and black suede colorway. This has the correct gray and black Alcantara suede, just like the S204s, it's genuine. So the door panels are finished in the Alcantara suede, as well as the carbon fiber Recaro seats, and even the headliner is the gray matching Alcantara suede. Again, pay attention to the details of this car, guys. He spent 10 years building this. There's parts on here, accessories, that I've only seen online or in catalogs. I've never seen it all on one car in person. It really is absolutely mind-blowing to me. We have the rare optioned STI front and rear door sills on here. You have the door hinge covers as well. So just the little things are what make this car extra special. Even in the rear, it's all here. It's not lacking anything. I'm going to move to the other side and point out some more stuff because there's just so much to talk about in here. These seats, guys, they were imported, again, from Japan. These are exclusive to the S204s. They are Recaro exclusive. They're full carbon fiber, and they also tilt and slide. They have leather and gray Alcantara suede in the centers. If you want to buy these seats for yourself, you're probably looking at about $10,000 to $15,000 to get these imported. So seeing these here in this car is just mind-blowing to me. The Alcantara suede headliner is a beautiful touch as well. Take note of all the carbon fiber overlay options on here. So he has the full trim set in here. So the pillars, you have the rear view mirror STI option carbon fiber overlay. You have the carbon fiber gauge cluster up top here. Even the trim rings on the vents, as well as the center console. So he actually had this built exclusively. This is the airlift management system right here, built into the dash. It's a nice digital display. You have presets, so you can change your ride height just with the push of a button. It's super easy. You can air it up, you can air it out to be as low as you want to the ground, and it rides really, really well. These airlift rides are way better than coilovers. Coilovers are stiff, they're bouncy, they're nice for tracking the cars or cornering, but if you want to daily drive this, it is going to be the most comfortable car ever, really. Take note of the carbon fiber armrest even. That was imported. We have the correct, this was imported as well, the center console, so this is exclusive to the S204s because it's finished in the matte black trim with the red optioned JDM hazard button. We have the correct S204 STI shift knob on here, the S204 shifter bezel, number 160 out of 600, that matches the engine tag that's in the engine bay. We'll get to that in a second. You have the correct STI red stitched with the red button e-brake handle as well. And it doesn't stop there. He even imported the D-shaped STI steering wheel. It's full leather with the red stitching on it. And take a look at the airbag, guys. This is an exclusive S204 airbag in the centerpiece, and the way you tell the difference is the silver ring trim around the STI badge in the center. No other STI has that, so that is exclusive to the S204s. So you have your oil temperature, your oil pressure gauge, and your exhaust temperature gauges. So those are all exclusive from JDM. He even added this aluminum STI badged glove box handle on here. I've never even seen those. I didn't even know that was an option, so that's really neat to have. Even the floor mats, guys, they have the Genuine S204 STI badges on them. Those are the aluminum badges, so those are correct as well. But the goodies don't stop here. We're going to go take a look at what's in the trunk as well. So to continue with the attention to detail, take a look at this trunk area, guys. He built it very, very nicely to represent a show car as well. So he tied in the airlift management system over on the left-hand side there. He added some really nice or neat blue LED lights to light everything up. You have a very nice powder-coated air canister here, so the air tank is mounted nicely. It's very clean. You don't see a bunch of wires hanging anywhere. He even added a slated wood floor to the trunk liner just to make it the extra special there. And then tied in, this is a really neat option, where the intercooler sprayer usually is, he has the airlift compressor, and if you look down here, it is mounted very nicely as well. So he's dedicated 10 years of his life building this car. It really is really nicely done. I also have a binder full of receipts, the original window sticker. We have a dyno graph, guys. There's maintenance records. This car just passed a compression and leak down test with flying colors, dated from about less than 2 weeks ago, so that's new, and a full multi-point inspection. So this car needs nothing. It is ready to go. Subarus, people have a bad reputation with them, of them just blowing up. That's not true. If you guys do regular maintenance on them, they are very reliable. But yeah, thick binder full of receipts, records for pretty much everything. So he stuffed a lot of money into this car. I also even have a Genuine S204 price list catalog, still sealed in the plastic. You just don't find stuff like this. So everything goes with the car. We also have a bunch of spare stock parts that he swapped over for other stuff. So that comes with it. There's a nice car cover as well as an extra air ride compressor too. So it comes with a bunch of goodies. There is nothing lacking on this car. Now, if you thought this car couldn't get any better, just wait till I pop the hood. Again, he spent 10 years dedicating his life to building this car, so there's going to be some rare parts under the hood, if you know what you're looking at, that you'll never find anywhere else. And it's quite impressive, let me tell you. So I'll start out with the ARC products on here. Abbey Road Company. It was a Japanese production company. They made rare titanium parts for tuner performance vehicles. We have the titanium ARC radiator shroud. Down here we have the alternator shroud. Up here, look at the beautiful welds showing the titanium off. You don't want to touch that with your fingers because your oil will stain it. This cap with the green ARC coin in the center, that is so hard to find, guys. I don't know how to explain it, but these are just super rare parts on here. He even has the ARC air intake box with the correct red ARC labeled filter. And he even has an arc catch can. I've never seen these in person. I have seen some of the other parts, but this is just very rare to find. He has a very nice powder coated Process West top mount intercooler. It actually is the same powder coating that's done on the air ride tank in the trunk and the factory S204 wheels that exclusively come with. So those are genuine and they're powder coated to match. We have the STI titanium strut bar in the front. I believe there's one in the rear as well. He has even the carbon fiber overlays for the battery cover, the fuse box cover. We have a very rare Grimspeed optioned blow-off valve, as well as a nice parent cover. All the correct STI optioned inlet hoses and tubes, even the radiator hoses, upper and lower on it. There's a nice IAG coolant overflow tank and a nice IAG aluminum or titanium power steering reservoir. I've never even seen one of those before, so that's how rare some of this stuff is. Take a look at how detailed the engine bay is as well. It's clean as a whistle. You could eat off of it. Now, he did have this car dyno tuned. We do have the dyno sheets for it. It made a very modest 307 wheel horsepower, 305 foot-pounds of torque. So it has been modded reliably, so this car is not going to see engine failure if you take care of it correctly. It's not seeing too much boost where it's going to hurt the pistons on these cars. He even added, which I forgot to talk about, on the passenger side is the STI S204 number plated badging, number 160 out of 600. That matches the center console. You're not going to find those, guys. That's how rare this piece is. That actually came off the Genuine S204. He does have a Perrin high-flow catted downpipe into a Mad Dad mid-pipe section into the STI titanium axle back exhaust. So it's got a nice rumble. It's not super loud. It's very quiet when it's just idling, but when you step on it, you're going to hear that Subi rumble. It also has Tomei equal length headers as well as the up pipe on it. It's still factory injectors and it's still the factory turbo. So this is the numbers matching engine to this car. Again, 37,000 original miles on it. It's practically brand new. So we're going to demonstrate the air ride system really quickly. It's super easy to use. There's a very nice user-friendly interface on the management controller right on the dash here. So you do have to air the car up before you air it down, just so the compressor stays full because you don't want to lose air in the bags. So it needs to constantly have air pumping through it. That way you don't pop a bag or you accidentally lower it too far while you're driving and the wheels start scraping or damage the car or something like that. But that usually, I've never seen that happen, so it won't be an issue. I did forget to mention now, with the suspension, it is on the full dampening, obviously air ride coilover system, as you want to call it, or air shock. So they raise and lower the car with the bags, the pillow bags in them. This does have genuine S204 front and rear sway bars on it that are powder coated in the correct cherry blossom with the STI logos on them, as well as the rear trailing arms and lateral links, guys. Those are genuine S204 parts that are still in the correct cherry blossom as well. You will not find those. They are so hard to find. I've only seen a couple sets ever come up for sale, and this car has them. But let's demonstrate the air ride. So you can do it with the car on or off. You just have to have the key turned in the on position. So that's the compressor kicking in. It's going to fill up the tank. Right now it's at a preset ride height, so you can drive the car at this height. It's not going to rub or scrape the tires or wheels. Now to air it up, you hit this top button, and it's going to raise the car to the full height. Now, I don't recommend driving it maxed out like this because it's going to be super bouncy since the bags are completely filled with air. So to lower it to that adjusted setting, you just double tap the center button and it's going to air it out. And then to fully air it out, you hit obviously the bottom button, and it's going to air the car completely out. So super easy to use. And it looks super cool too. So that was my impression on this 07 STI, guys. That's been S204 cloned. This truly is a one-of-one vehicle in the US. I don't think I've seen one that has been this specced out, or someone has spent this much time and dedication to clone it into an S204. The S204s are one of the most iconic Subarus that Subaru has ever made. And you have one practically right in front of you, right here. So this is as good as it gets. The actual genuine S204s are illegal to import, unfortunately. They do not meet the 25-year rule, and they have not passed any crash or safety ratings through the US. So unfortunately, the only way you're gonna get one is if it's cut in half. So this is as close to it as it gets on the US market. It's absolutely a fascinating car. If you are interested in purchasing it, you can visit volocars.com. There, if you click the Buy It Now button, it'll secure a deposit on this car. It'll shoot us an email with your information. We can even set up financing and shipping, door-to-door service. It's super easy. I don't know what a better site would be than this backing out of a trailer right into your driveway. So check it out at volocars.com. Or you can call us, ask for me, Caleb. I'd be more than happy to talk over the car some more with you. We can also go over financing and shipping options that way as well. Thanks for checking it out.